So today we will consider here our third lecture, successive third lecture on the quantum mechanics section. Here we are going to consider about the different postulates of the Planck's quantum theory. As you are familiar that in the last 2-3 periods, we have seen about the different concept of the of the quantum mechanics. We have seen about the failure of the classical mechanics, isn't it? And now today we will see the remaining articles of that particular chapter. So this is our quantum mechanics third lecture, and in this lecture we have the content: Planck's quantum theory, Planck's quantum postulates, linear momentum of the photon in terms of wave vector, and at the end I will summarize the lecture. Now Planck's quantum theory. In the previous 2-3 lectures we have seen that classical mechanics or classical physics was not in a position to explain some phenomenon that are taking place around the universe. Many of them we have seen, but one of the important phenomenon that was not explained by the classical mechanics was the black body radiation, as we have seen in the last period, or you may call as the distribution of energy by the black body radiation. I think up till now you are familiar with the definition of black body. I hope you must remember the black body radiation which we have explained in the last period, and we have seen that the black body is capable of absorbing the entire quantity of heat which is absorbed, and at the particular temperature of heating, this black body also emits the radiations, and that radiations are called as the black body radiations. These radiations which are emitted by the black body, they are of different energy, they are of different wavelength, they are of different intensity, and the spectrum of that black body radiation can be seen as we have already seen in the previous period. That a graph was plotted between the wavelength of the radiations emitted versus intensity, and we have seen that as the wavelength increases, intensity also goes on increasing, reaches to maximum, and then start decreasing, that we have seen in the last period. And that's why after the failure of the classical mechanics, the scientist Planck in the year 1900 has discovered that the radiations which are emitted by the black body, they are not the continuous. They are not in form of a beam. They are not in a simple form of radiations, but they are in form of packets. They are in form of bundles, and these packets or these bundles of the energies, these are called as the quanta. क्या डिस्कवर किया उसने कि ब्लैक बॉडी से जो रेडिएशंस बाहर निकलते हैं, या ब्लैक बॉडी जो रेडिएशन एब्सॉर्ब करती है, these are not in the form of particles. These are not merely the radiations. This is not the continuous form of the energy, but the energy or the particles which are emitted by the black body, this is in form of bundle packet. यानी कि 10-5 पार्टिकल E1 एनर्जी के, 10-5 पार्टिकल E2 एनर्जी के, and such a group of particles, such a bundle of particles or such a packets of particles are emitted by the black body, and these bundles of energies or this packet of energy, it is here called as quanta. It is called as what? Quanta. And the energy was given by this particular quanta or energy emitted by that particular particles or quanta at a time, it is given by one empirical formula: E is equals to h nu, where E is what? Amount of energy released or amount of energy absorbed by the black body particles is equal to h nu, where h is the Planck's constant and nu is the frequency. Now how this equation has come into existence, I will explain in the course of time. But for time being, you should remember that after the failure of the classical mechanics, in order to explain the black body radiation, the scientist Planck has discovered a new thing in 1900, that the energy emitted is in form of a bundle or in form of the packet, that is in form of the quanta. And in 1901 again, the Planck discovered an empirical formula to explain the distribution of energy in the spectrum of the black body radiation. As we have seen in the last period, that how the black body radiations are emitting the particles. Now, the energy emitted by the black body, and they are forming a spectrum, as we have seen in the last period. A graph देखा था हमने last time में. Now, that graph that was plotted can be explained. That means that distribution of the energy can be done by the black body radiation on the basis of this revolutionary hypothesis, and that theory on which that graph has come into the existence, it is called as the quantum theory of radiation, or you may call it the Planck's quantum theory of radiation. वो जो ग्राफ दिख रहा था ना अपने को कि as the thickness goes on, as the wavelength goes on increasing, intensity also increases, it reaches to maximum at a particular wavelength and then it start decreasing, that the graph never touches to x-axis. Then such a graph can be obtained, or from that study the scientists Planck's have given that revolutionary hypothesis, and that is called as the quantum theory of radiation, or you may call it the complete term as a Planck's quantum theory. And for that distribution of energy, a particular type, because we have seen in the graph that distribution of energy is depend on which factor? वहां के x-axis में क्या था? Wavelength थी. That means the distribution of the energy of the black body radiation was depends upon the wavelength, and that was obtained with the help of empirical formula, and that empirical formula which was discovered or invented by the scientist Planck, it is of this one. E lambda d lambda is equals to this one. The derivation of this particular formula is not expected here, but we should remember the graph which we have obtained there. वो जो graph हम उस दिन देखे थे, that graph is on the basis of this particular formula, that the distribution of the energy is depends upon the wavelength of the radiation. That is, you can see E lambda d lambda is equals to 8 pi. 8 pi it is constant. H it is constant. C velocity of light it is constant. H is the Planck's constant. But only the variable is nothing but this lambda. Lambda raised to 5 or this one. That means energy distribution. यानी कि एनर्जी की तकसीम स्पेक्ट्रम में, किसके स्पेक्ट्रम में? ऑफ द ब्लैक बॉडी is depends upon the wavelength of the radiation with which they are coming from the particular black body. And this formula of distribution of energy with the wavelengths is nothing but it is called as the Planck's radiation law, or you may call it the Planck's quantum theory. On the basis of this quantum concept was deduced using the following assumption, and which may be called as the Planck's constant. And on the basis of this quantum concept, ये जो फार्मूला आया है जिसके अंदर एनर्जी वेवलेंथ के साथ जो है तो चेंज होती है, यूजिंग दिस कंसेप्ट the scientists have assumed certain postulates, and their postulates or their assumption, in Urdu you are calling that mafruze, are nothing but that are called as the quantum Planck's quantum postulates. What are these? We will see here. The first thing we should remember, first postulate is most important. Now what the first postulate says, a black body contain the atomic oscillator capable of vibrating with all possible frequency. I don't think that you understand this slide. Now remember once again, black body. क्या है black body? A particular type of body is there which absorbs the entire quantity of it which is incident on it. Now black body is nothing but a particular type of body, or a metal is there, suppose. It is having the atoms, isn't it? Black body रहो, कौन सी भी body रहो, उसको atoms रहते. Atoms में अंदर electrons रहते. Electron orbit में हरकत करते रहते, isn't it? Now these electrons are the atom of that particular metals. They are capable of vibrating about their mean position. That means the atom of the black bodies can oscillate about their mean position. Therefore, the atoms of the black body, here you are calling this an atomic oscillator. Atom, क्योंकि वो black body के atom है, oscillates about their mean position. मुतवातिर हरकत करते रहते हैं अपने mean position पर. लिहाजा उनको क्या बोलने का? Oscillator. कौन oscillate हो रहे? Atoms. किसके? Black body के. Therefore, they are called as the atomic oscillator. And क्या बोल रहा है? कि black body contain the atomic oscillator capable of vibrating with all possible frequency. That means all the atoms of the black body, they can oscillate, they can vibrate about their mean position, and the vibration of each particle or vibration of each atom is of different frequency. For example, first particle is there, it is now vibrating. That is called as the first atomic oscillator of the black body. Its frequency will be nu1. Second particle, suppose its frequency is nu2. Third particle has the frequency nu3 and so on. That means from this line you should understand that the black body, it is consisting of large number of atoms just in atomic structure. You know that electrons are present in the first orbit, they are present in the second orbit. When they are present in the first orbit, they possess the particular type of energy, they possess the particular radius of that orbit, isn't it? And when the energy of that electron is increases beyond a certain value, then this electron jumps from the first orbit to the second orbit, isn't it? अब अगर तीसरे दूसरे ऑर्बिट में जाने के बाद एनर्जी और बढ़ गई तो फिर वहां से वो जंप लगा के तीसरे में जाते. जस्ट इन द सिमिलर मैनर एज इन केस ऑफ द एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर यू आर गोइंग, you please try to apply the same analogy, you please try to apply the same concept in the case of the black body, that in the black body large number of atoms are there. These atoms are vibrating about their mean position, isn't it, with the different frequency, and oscillator frequency nu, it cannot have any energy but it have the discrete energy. यानी सबकी एनर्जी, जितने भी एटम्स है सबकी एनर्जी न्यू नहीं रहेगी, किसकी एनर्जी nu1 रहेंगी, किसकी nu2 रहेंगी, किसकी nu3 रहेंगी, और हर एक कितनी एनर्जी देगा, h nu, and therefore the energy given, it is called the discrete energy, E is equal to h nu. Can you see this my cursor on the screen please? हर ऑसिलेटर जो एनर्जी देगा,
yes sir,
E is equals to n. पहले तो अपन देखे थे कितनी एनर्जी देता हूं h nu, लेकिन यहाँ पर हमने n h nu रखा. क्या मतलब n का? In mathematics you are knowing where n is equals to 0, 1, 2 and 3. That means the amount of energy given by the black body atom or given by the black body, it is the discrete energy. It is not a continuous energy, but one particle giving energy h nu. When n, for example, n is equals to 0, then the atom which is at the rest position or in the first orbit does not give any type of energy, therefore E is equals to 0. When n is equals to 1 in the second orbit suppose, then E is equal to h nu. h की कीमत जो भी आएंगी 6.67 into 2 raised to minus 10 raised to minus 34, nu की कीमत जो भी रहेंगी, then E is equals to 2. यानी कि as the ऑर्बिट इज गोज, जैसा कि हम देखते हैं एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर में कि पहले ऑर्बिट में एनर्जी इतनी इलेक्ट्रॉन की, इन द सेकंड ऑर्बिट एनर्जी इज दिस मच, इन द थर्ड ऑर्बिट एनर्जी दिस मच. इन द सिमिलर मैनर इन केस ऑफ द ब्लैक बॉडी, the each atom is behaving just like an atomic structure, and the energy given by this one, it is equals to E is equals to n h nu, where n is an integer which has the values 0, 1, 2 and 3, and n is the oscillator frequency, isn't it, where n which is जो हम बोल रहे हैं कि क्या है, it is the oscillator frequency, h it is the Planck's constant, and therefore the atomic oscillator cannot emit or cannot absorb any continuous amount of energy, but it can absorb. जब n आ गया वहां पर तो you can understand that continuous एक ही वैल्यू नहीं है सबकी, बल्कि सबकी वैल्यू ऑफ एनर्जी जो एब्सॉर्ब करेगा या जो एनर्जी वो इमिट करेगा उसकी कीमत कैसी रहेंगी, इट इज डिस्क्रीट यूनिट. यानी कि 10 MeV वाले 10 पार्टिकल्स रहेंगे, 20 MeV वाले और 20 particles. That means some group of particles have the energy E1, some group of particles have the energy E2, some group of particles possess the energy E3. That means this amount of energy either absorbed or emitted by the particle or by the atomic oscillator, it is in a discrete value or it is in a discrete unit of energy, and that discrete unit of energy or the discrete bundle of energy or that tiny packet of the energy, it is called as what? Quantum, isn't it? And this quantum energy is due to, और ये quantum क्यों आएगा? In the similar manner as the jumping takes place in atomic structure, that means this quantum energy is due to the jumping of the oscillator from one energy level to the another energy level. जब वो continue जो है तो oscillate करते रहेंगे तो उनकी energy में इजाफा और या कमी होती रहेंगे due to the internal position, and therefore when the energy is increased beyond a certain limit, that atomic oscillator jump from the one energy level to the another energy level, and therefore at that time the energy changes, it can be given by delta En is equal to delta n h nu. दोनों का डिफरेंस अगर निकाले, यानी कि पहले ऑर्बिट में एनर्जी 1 h nu, दूसरे ऑर्बिट में एनर्जी सपोज 2 h nu, therefore difference in the energy at the time of jumping, it will be given by E is equals to E2 minus E1, that means 2 h nu minus 1 h nu, therefore दो में से एक निकला तो E is equals to h nu, therefore the change in energy at the time of jumping, you can see this figure, you can see my cursor here, how the energy quantum states are changing from 8 से 7 में, 7 से 6 में, 6 से 5 में. Can you see this my cursor please? Anybody unmute and tell me?
Yes, sir.
And therefore this change in energy delta En is equals to delta n h nu, and therefore where delta n difference of energy level, and for example if the transition energy levels are suppose n is equals to 8 है समझो, and n is equals to 5, यानी कि jumping from 8 level to jumping from 5 level to 8 or reverse back, then at that time change in energy is equal to delta E is equals to delta 8 minus E8 minus E5, that it means energy in the 8 level minus energy in the 5 level, that is at 8 h nu minus 5 h nu is equal to how much? 3 h nu. Now this is the net change of the energy when the oscillator or the atoms of the black body jumps from one energy level to the another energy level. Are you getting please? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
And therefore from this equation or from this postulate or from this assumption of the quantum theory, it is clear that each quantum energy depends upon the frequency of radiation. अगर आप ये इक्वेशन देखें तो आप क्या देख रहे हैं, एनर्जी किसके ऊपर डिपेंड है जी? मैं फिर इस बार इक्वेशन पर जाऊं तो E is equal to एनर्जी n, ए इंटीजर है कि नहीं, h, please tell you, n is what?
Planck constant.
Constant. Then n is constant, h is Planck's constant. Constant. Therefore complete energy किसके ऊपर डिपेंड कर रही है? n भी constant, h भी constant. Therefore energy of the oscillator or energy of the black body is purely depends on which factor? What is this?
Nu.
Nu means what?
Frequency.
Yes, that means from this one we come to picture clear that each quantum of the energy depends upon the frequency of radiation. जो भी एनर्जी बाहर निकल रही या जो भी पार्टिकल्स बंडल की शक्ल में या गट्ठे की शक्ल में बाहर निकल रहे, उनका इन्हिसार किसके ऊपर है? That depends upon the frequency of radiation nu, and it is not divisible. It is not divisible. ये कभी ऐसा रहेगा कि 1/2, 2.51 ऐसा दिखेगा कि ये इक्वेशन से अगर आप देखें तो 8 h nu minus 5 h nu, यानी कि 8 में से 5 गए तो 3, 2 h nu minus 6 h nu 2, ये कभी भी ऐसे अशारे में आपको नजर नहीं आएंगे. That means from this equation or from this assumption we come to the conclusion that each quantum energy depends upon the frequency of radiation nu, and it is not divisible. Moreover, we can also understand that exchange of energy between the matter and radiation is in terms of integral multiple of h nu. किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेंगे? Moreover, exchange of energy, that means energy changes from one value to the another value, from one energy level to the another level. तो difference भी कितने का रहेगा? Integral multiple of h nu है कि नहीं? इंटीग्रल मल्टीपल 8 - 4 मतलब 3, 6 - 4 बोले तो 2, यानी कि इंटीग्रल मल्टीपल ऑफ h nu तो हमेशा रहेगा, इतनी एनर्जी तो हमेशा रहेंगी h nu. h बोले तो क्या? Planck's constant. nu बोले तो क्या? Frequency. That means the change of the energy between matter and the radiation is in terms of integral multiple of h nu, and therefore total energy exchange की कीमत कैसी रहेंगी? 0 h nu, मैंने अभी पढ़ा ना, h nu 2 h nu 3 h nu, and in general n h nu in a discrete manner. ये 1 2 या 0 h nu 2 h nu 3 h nu 4 h nu n h nu आना, ये क्या बात को जाहिर करता कि it is in a energy is in a form of discrete manner, it is not continuous. And however, according to the classical theory, the atom can possess any amount of energy from 0 to infinity. Classical theory क्या बोलती थी? Atom can possess any energy from 0 to infinity. Hence, the exchange of energy is continuous, that is from 0 to an adequate quantum state or the quantum concept. Now, one more thing it is given, that according to the Planck theory, atom is associated. क्या प्लैंक थ्योरी ने आपको क्या बता के दी कि हर एटम की एनर्जी कैसी रहेंगी बोली? समझो एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है सेकंड ऑर्बिट में, उसकी एनर्जी कुछ भी रहेंगी क्या? Is it possible in case of atom?
No.
That means here in the same case, according to the Planck's quantum theory, atom is associated with the allowed energy state. As in case of your atomic model, when the electron is present in the first orbit, its energy is E1. Am I correct? If the energy of that electron in the first orbit is increases by some value or increases from E1, for example, for the sake of convenience, let us consider that when the electron is present in the first orbit, energy must be 2 electron volt. जब तक उसकी एनर्जी 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट है, जब तक उन्हें कौन से ऑर्बिट में रहेगा? पहले ऑर्बिट में, फॉर एग्जांपल समझने के लिए. बट इफ द एनर्जी ऑफ दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन, यानी फिरते 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 या कि बाहर की वजह से उसकी एनर्जी में इजाफा हो गया, एनर्जी हैज बिकम इन द ऑर्बिट फर्स्ट 2.5 u, 0.5 से बढ़ गई, तो whether that electron will remain in the first orbit? Please tell me.
No.
Please tell me.
No.
No, it will go or it will jump from that lower energy level to higher energy level. That means you can say that each atom is associated with allowed energy state. यानी कि जैसा वहां आपका इलेक्ट्रॉन कैसे हर एनर्जी स्टेट में है पहले में इतनी, तो यहाँ पर ब्लैक बॉडी में each atom is associated with the allowed energy state, and that energy state of the atom in the case of black body or according to quantum mechanical view, that state is called as the quantum state. क्या बोलेंगे उसको? जैसा वहां बोलते थे ना आप कि एक एनर्जी, यानी कि when the atom is there and the atom is possess the particular value of energy according to the quantum mechanics, that state, वो उसकी हालत according to the quantum mechanics is called as the quantum state. That energy, that state is called as quantum state. कि भाई जब
Quantum state.
आपके इलेक्ट्रॉन एटॉमिक फिजिक्स में बोलते ना आप कि पहले ऑर्बिट में जब रहेगा, जब इलेक्ट्रॉन की एनर्जी इतनी रहेगी, उसकी स्पीड इतनी रहेगी, वो इतने ऑर्बिट में रहेगा और ऑर्बिट का रेडियस इतना रहेगा, ये 3-4 को मिला के अपन बोलते ना स्टेट है. जैसा आम जिंदगी में बोलते कि उनका क्या स्टेट है, मौजूदा स्टेटस क्या है, तो 2-3 चीजों को मिला के स्टेटस पकड़ते ना अपन, जब माशी, समाजी, इक्तिसादी है कि नहीं, वैसे क्वांटम स्टेट में उसकी एनर्जी, उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी, उसकी रेडियो इंटेंसिटी मिला के दैट इज कॉल्ड एज क्वांटम स्टेट. किसको बोलते हैं हमारा मजीद देखेंगे. दैट मींस फॉर टाइम बीइंग यू मस्ट रिमेंबर दैट ईच एटम इज एसोसिएटेड विद एन अलाउड वैल्यू ऑफ एनर्जी, एंड दैट अलाउड वैल्यू ऑफ एनर्जी और दैट स्पेसिफिक स्टेट ऑफ द एटम, इट इज कॉल्ड एज द क्वांटम स्टेट, एंड एनर्जी ऑफ दैट एटम इट इज ए क्वांटाइज्ड. क्वांटाइज्ड एनर्जी बोले तो डिस्क्रीट E इज इक्वल टू n h nu, n आया यानी कि 1 h nu, 2 h nu, 3 h nu, 4 h nu. दैट मींस एनर्जी इस कैसी है, कंटिन्यूअस है क्या, एक ही वैल्यू है क्या?
No.
कैसी है?
No.
डिस्क्रीट है. दैट वैल्यू इट इज, दैट मींस आप ये कह सकते हैं कि एटम ऑफ द ब्लैक बॉडीज how possess the discrete energy. That means in other words you may say the energy in case of the black body is a quantized energy. It is the what? कौन सी एनर्जी है बोलेंगे आप उसको?
Quantized energy.
Have you got? Secondly, the atom can absorb or emit the radiation. That is the quantum energy. कब उन्हें एनर्जी लेंगा या देंगा, कब पॉसिबल है? When it is possible for the atom to absorb or emit the energy, when it jumps from one energy state to the other energy state. That means in case of the atom of the black body, according to the Planck's quantum theory, it is possible that the atom will either absorb or emit the radiation when the jumping of energy level is takes place. Oscillator emit the energy when jump from the higher energy level. कब emit करेगा उन्हें? When it jumps from the, यानी कि हाई वैल्यू वाले पे था, जहां पर एनर्जी 6 थी, वहां से अगर एनर्जी उन्हें दे दिया, emit कर दिया, और 6 के बजाय एनर्जी कितनी हो गई उसकी 4, तो कहां पे आएगा? जो उन्हें हायर लेवल को जाएगा कि लोअर लेवल को आएगा?
Lower level.
That means oscillator emits the energy when it jumps from the higher energy level to lower, and it will absorb the energy. कब लेगा एनर्जी? नीचे था, 4 नंबर में था, absorb किया एनर्जी बढ़ गई, then it jumps from the lower to
Higher.
I understand please.
Yes, sir.
Second postulate, the smallest amount of energy is which can be emitted or absorbed. Now from previous assumptions we have come to know that the atomic oscillator can either absorb the energy or can either emit the energy. When it emits the energy, it comes from higher energy level to the lower energy level, and when it absorbs the energy, it goes from lower energy level to the high energy level. Isn't correct? But in the second postulate, it is inform you that the whatever the energy the oscillator absorb or emit, it is by the number h nu. हर वक्त उन्हें कितनी एनर्जी देगा या लेगा, कौन से प्रपोर्शन में क्या कीमत रहेंगी उसकी, क्या उसका वैल्यू रहेगा मेन h. व्हाट इज h प्लीज?
H nu.
h nu. h में h क्या?
Planck's constant.
And nu is the frequency with which it is moving. क्योंकि पार्टिकल क्या कर रहा, वाइब्रेट कर रहा ना, ऐसा तो वाइब्रेट करते हो फ्रीक्वेंसी रहेंगी कि नहीं उसकी, तो वो कितनी एनर्जी देगा, whatever the amount of energy either emitted or absorbed by the oscillator, that is atomic oscillator of course, it will be always multiple of what? H nu, where H is constant and its value is 6.62 to 10 raised to minus 34 joule second, and nu is the frequency with which it is moving. हर जरूरी नहीं कि हर पार्टिकल है कि पहले ही बता दिया हमने कि every particle is moving with the same frequency क्या? No. All the particles, all the atoms or all the oscillators are moving with a different frequency. There may have no doubt some 5, 6, 7, 10 particles are moving with the same frequency nu1, but remaining some particles are moving with the frequency nu2. Some other oscillators are moving with the frequency nu3 and so on. That means the frequency may be differ, but whatever the amount of energy emitted or absorbed by the oscillator, it will be always multiple of h nu. Next, may I go to the next postulates? Quantum. Now quantum किसको बोलते हैं, बोल रहा कि ये जो एनर्जी का पैकेट है h nu का बंडल, कि भाई हमेशा h nu एनर्जी लेकर आता, that quantum is the basic unit of energy and it cannot be subdivided, isn't it? And this quantum of energy को हम क्या नाम से पुकारते? It is called as photon. Remember, photon क्या है? A bundle of electrons or a bundle of particles which possess the particular type of energy. You may call this as a quanta also. You may call this as a photon also. सब पार्टिकल ही चाहिए, लेकिन क्योंकि आप क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स के चश्मे से लगाकर देख रहे, तो वही इलेक्ट्रॉन, वही पार्टिकल को आप क्या नाम से पुकार रहे? आप क्वांटा पुकारिए, जो कि ग्रुप ऑफ पार्टिकल्स है, और इसको आप क्या नाम से पुकारिए? फोटॉन. फोटॉन भी कुछ नहीं बल्कि इलेक्ट्रॉन ही रहता, बट हियर it possesses the particular type of energy, it possesses the quantum energy, therefore that piece of electrons, or you may call, अब हम यहाँ पर piece of electron या bundle of electrons नहीं बोलते, अब उसको यहाँ पे हम क्या नाम से पुकारते? What? Quanta. या फिर क्या नाम से पुकारेंगे? Please see my cursor.
Photon.
Photon. You understand please? So now from this theory what? तो ये जो classical assumptions है, Planck's quantum theory, it has given the equation, it has given the empirical relation between the wavelength and the frequency and the wavelength of the intensity, isn't it? And after having seen these assumptions or after having seen the Planck's quantum theory, किसके अंदर है जी Planck quantum theory? Classical mechanics में है क्या? किसके अंदर है Planck's quantum theory?
Quantum mechanics.
Quantum mechanics में. That means after having seen the Planck's quantum theory and that empirical formula and that new concept of photon or quanta, the many phenomenon has been explained satisfactorily with the help of the quantum mechanics. हमने पहले बताए थे ना कि quantum mechanics ने बहुत सारे phenomenon को explain करी satisfactorily. तो क्या वजह थी उसकी satisfactorily करने की, क्या क्या उसके अंदर development हुई थी? तो the development were this one, and on that basis this theory explained the large number of phenomenon which could not be explained by the classical mechanics, which could not be explained satisfactorily with the classical physics. कौन-कौन से? This give the satisfactory explanation of variation of specific heat of solid with temperature. पहले बताए थे ना, फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट, क्वांटम इफेक्ट, ये सब जो है तो ये साइंटिफिक बहुत सारे हाइड्रोजन स्पेक्ट्रम, ये सब जो है तो ये प्लैंक्स क्वांटम थ्योरी या क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स के ओरिजिन के बाद, उसके डेवलपमेंट के बाद, उसके जन्म के बाद हुआ है. हैव गॉट दिस वन? प्लीज मे आई गो फर्दर?
Yes.
Sir.
Now after having seen this one, the next article, linear momentum of photon. आप किसको बोलते हैं फोटॉन? आपके समझ में आ गया. आप बार बार एक्सप्लेन करेंगे कौन है जी फोटॉन? A group of particles having certain quantum state of energy. It is called as photon. समझ में आ गया? फोटॉन बोले तो कुछ नहीं बल्कि इलेक्ट्रॉन है. लेकिन अब किसको बोल रहे हैं हम फोटॉन? फोटॉन वो था जो ब्लैक बॉडी में था या क्वांटम मैकेनिकल बॉडी में था, जो पर्टिकुलर क्वांटम एनर्जी रखता, उसको क्या नाम से पुकार रहे हैं हम? प्लीज.
Photon.
नाउ जब ये फोटॉन क्या करता जी? दिस फोटॉन इज इन मोशन. क्या बैठा हुआ है खामोश साकिन? Is it at rest or it is moving? It is moving.
Moving.
When it is moving, it has the energy. अगर वो साकिन भी रहता तो एनर्जी तो रहती, but as it is moving, it possesses the momentum. Am I correct? And therefore, this photon possesses the momentum as well as energy. And therefore, the amount of now for this it has a zero charge when it is at rest. स्पिन इक्वल टू, इसकी स्पिन भी रहेंगे, ऐसा भी घूमेगा. इलेक्ट्रॉनिक है आपका, प्लस और माइनस हाफ जो है तो स्पिन रखता. इन द सिमिलर मैनर दैट इज गिवन बाय एच. एच क्रॉस भी एक कांस्टेंट है. एच क्रॉस इज इक्वल टू प्लैंक्स कांस्टेंट. इट इज एच अपॉन 2 पाई. याद रखिए ये एच क्रॉस बोले तो क्या? प्लैंक्स कांस्टेंट एच अपॉन 2 पाई. यानी कि जो प्लैंक्स कांस्टेंट की कीमत है ना 6.67 into 10⁻⁻34 जूल सेकंड divided by 2 into 3.14. The total ratio is another constant and it is denoted by the symbol H cross. अगर इसके आगे कभी H cross आया तो क्या समझना, आप क्या रखेंगे वहां? आप H cross बोले तो क्या? कांस्टेंट इट, लेकिन उसके H upon 2 pi, isn't it? And therefore energy of that photon is given by, we know, E is equals to h nu. When this is the energy, then momentum it should be equal to क्या फार्मूला है जी मोमेंटम का? P should be equal to h upon lambda. पहले पढ़े ना आपने? m into v. v बोले तो mass into velocity. mass into velocity बोले तो h बोले तो that formula we have seen in the classical mechanics. That means this is the expression for the momentum in terms of wavelength, isn't it? And therefore, if it is so, then we know frequency is equal to c upon lambda. In case of sound, you have seen कि frequency किसके बराबर रहती? velocity of light in air divided by wavelength, where c is the velocity of light. And each quantum of the energy of this radiation is known as what? जिसके साथ इतनी एनर्जी रहेंगी, इतना मोमेंटम रहेगा, that is once again it is called as what? क्या बोलते हैं वैसे पार्टिकल?
Photon.
Called as photon. And therefore energy of the photon is h nu. h nu बोले तो क्या जी? h this one nu की कीमत क्या लिखूं? c upon lambda. किसके हिसाब से? अकॉर्डिंग टू आइंस्टाइन्स मास एनर्जी रिलेशन. क्या है? रिलेटिविटी में पढ़े आपने सेकंड ईयर में. E is equals to m c square. आइंस्टाइन्स मास एनर्जी रिलेशन मालूम है ना आपको? And therefore from this equation E is equals to m c square. M is equal to what? E upon c square. We will put in this value here. Then what we will get? h nu is equal to h nu upon c square. Momentum is mass into velocity as we are knowing, and therefore P is equal to h nu divided by c square into c, and therefore it is h nu upon c is equal to h upon lambda. And that means two charges or two magnetic fields exert a force on each other due to the exchange of photons. यानी कि क्या होता जब photons जो है तो exchange होते तो certain amount of energy is dispersed. There are the two poles of energy has become. Also this photon have behave as a small elastic. ये जो photon है, जो particle है, अपने आप को कैसे behave करता? एटम के उसके अंदर, बॉडी के अंदर, it behaves like a small elastic sphere for all purpose. And when the photon collide with the electron, जैसे दूसरे पार्टिकल आपके क्या करते? जब किसी के साथ टकराते तो उनके साथ क्या क्या चेंज करते? उनकी एनर्जी चेंज होती, उनकी मोमेंटम चेंज होती. इन द सिमिलर मैनर दिस आवर फोटॉन ऑफ द बॉडी अकॉर्डिंग टू द क्वांटम व्यू, क्वांटम मैकेनिक का चश्मा लगा के जो फोटॉन हो गया, दिस फोटॉन व्हेन कोलाइड विद द इलेक्ट्रॉन ऑफ एनी एटम, then there is a exchange of both momentum and energy. Sometimes momentum is changes, energy is changes, and that change is remain constant. That means you can say that when the photon collide with the electron, both momentum and energy is conserved, and that is called the law of conservation of energy and momentum, as you have seen in the previous case. And this can be verified by the quantum, in the quantum experiment, or by quantum using the experiment, X-ray experiment. And if suppose nu is the frequency of X-ray and it is collide with the electron of mass m, then h nu should be equal to क्या? Kinetic energy plus potential energy. H nu is equals to, h nu क्या है? ये एनर्जी है ना, क्या है ये h nu? एनर्जी ऑफ द फोटॉन. फिर उसने जब इलेक्ट्रॉन के साथ टकराया तो उसकी एनर्जी उसको दिया, वो एनर्जी काय में शिफ्ट हो गई? काइनेटिक प्लस पोटेंशियल. तो h nu is equal to 1/2 mv square plus h nu dash, where nu is the velocity and nu dash is the frequency of nu radiation जिसके साथ वो टकराया. And therefore magnitude of the linear momentum of the wavelength of the lambda is equal to p is equal to h upon lambda. Now divide and multiply both sides by 2 pi. क्या होगा? p is equal to h, this one upon 2 pi, this into 2 pi, this one h upon 2 pi into k, and therefore k, it is a propagation constant, that k is equal to 2 pi upon lambda, and therefore h is equal to h upon 2 pi, which shows that linear momentum of the photon in terms of wave vector k is also photon energy in terms of angular velocity. क्या फर्क है? क्या बता रही ऊपर की इक्वेशन? कि लीनियर मोमेंटम फोटॉन की भी कुछ नहीं है, बल्कि वो भी काय की है? उसकी एनर्जी है. Isn't it? You can see this one, this is the energy, but in terms of angular velocity. Once again you can write this equation, E is equal to sc upon lambda, that is equal to h nu, लेकिन nu is equal to c upon lambda, and therefore अगर वो दोबारा लिखे, it is one and the same thing. So with this one you can understand that the velocity of the particle or angular velocity of the photon energy is in terms of the frequency in case of the photon. Have you got, please? Anybody is having any question? From this lecture, from today's video or from the today's online lecture, what we have seen? First we have seen that the atomic oscillator of the black body possesses the particular type of energy, that is the discrete energy, and amount of energy either absorbed or emitted by the atomic oscillator is in terms of discrete energy, that is E is equal to h nu. Then the play on the depending upon that one a formula was derived. It is an empirical formula, and the photons which are emitted, they have the momentum and energy, and it is also in terms of the frequency. Have you understand, please? All of you have got, or you are having any problem? If you are having any problem, you may please share with me. 1 or 2 minutes, I think I will try to explain. Otherwise, we shall stop here today. Anybody is having any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
We shall have you got LTs 50 or 60 or 90%?